Hey guys, it's Mark from North 7 Outdoors. Welcome back to another episode. Today we've got what will probably be my final tournament of 2022, Sydenham Lake, just outside, just north of Kingston. I think I fished it twice, once for pike and once for bass. Had a healthy population of pike. So I didn't end up fishing the other classic that Lionel and I were invited to. Lionel wasn't going to fish it, and I was hemming and hawing, and I just was like, I don't know. And I just really didn't feel like driving 3.5, 4 hours each way, and I was just like, you know, it's too much. So I've been going to the cottage lately. I've been crushing at the cottage, you know. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing pretty good here. And, you know, they had another tournament series. I hadn't fished before, but it was like $50 or something to enter it. And they were doing one on Sydneham Lake, and they didn't have a full field. And I was like, you know what, $50, it gives me a reason to go out and go fishing on Sydneham Lake. And I was like, all right, good enough. Let's do it. And it didn't go very well. Sometimes you need to get humbled. I didn't think it was going to go great, but I didn't know. So we'll talk about why it's okay to fail sometimes and why it's not okay, and you know, it is what it is. So this was easily the worst tournament of the year for me. I knew it was going to be tough. It was a cold front coming in. It was like minus 2 degrees Celsius, or I don't know, that'd be 28 degrees Fahrenheit up there. Water temperature was like 53, 54 degrees. In the morning, the wind was supposed to kick up, but I was like, whatever, you know what, it's only 50 minutes from the house, it's worth going to. And you know, the tournament guys were really nice, everyone was really nice. There's only about 14, 15 boats, and I couldn't friggin' buy a bite. So water clarity, very clear lake. In the fall anyways. I'd been there a couple other times, and I couldn't tell you if I remember it being that clear, but it was a very clear lake. Lots of parking. If you're thinking about hosting a tournament there, there's tons of parking. Let's see here. So yes, a slew of mechanical issues to start the day. The Altrex was acting up, which I think was just a loose connection. Thank God on that one. My first ever time, my talon didn't come up. I was freaking out, man. People had already like launched out, and I was like, all right, let's. I just talon down because the launch is pretty shallow there. It's like 4 or 5 feet for a fair bit. Out there, I friggin' hit the talon. I had talon down earlier to like rig up rods, and then getting ready to blast off, and I taloned down and moved out closer to everyone, and friggin' went to go talon down again, went to hit it up again. Nothing. I had like a weird error message, and I was like, holy crap, like this is not good. I was like, trolling motor's broken, the talon's broken. I was like, thank God that my outboard I got fixed on my old boat because I wanted to sell it. Well, the other issue with that is I don't know what the buddy did with the outboard, but I don't think I'll go back to that guy again. It is what it is. If you go the cheapest person, you know, and that's the thing, I mean, on paper, if you go to the cheapest person, everyone wins, but not really. I mean, you know, if you get someone that's like, yeah, I'll do it for, you know, 2/3 of the other guy, and then, you know, you pay the guy, and then you're like, this is worse than when I gave it to you. So I'm not going to cast shade on who it was or whatever, but I mean, it is what it is. So I'm upset. My outboard was not acting right. My Altrex, which was fine once I like tightened up the connections or something, so hopefully that's fine. And the talon, once I got it up again, I was afraid to friggin' use it again for the rest of the day because I didn't want to be talon down like 4 or 5 miles from the boat launch. But anyways, ended up fishing for 4 or 5 hours. So I would go back there. You know, it wasn't directly a failure because you know, it got me on the water, so that's always good. I explored a lake that I hadn't really spent a lot of time on. And third, I've got some spots for the future. Like, I would fish that lake again in the summertime. I couldn't figure out where the smallmouth were. I don't know. That's the thing about fishing my home lake for the last couple of weeks is I've kind of been like, okay, there's going to be big largemouth here, and there's going to be smallmouth here as we go into winter transition. And I was able to, I'm like, okay, so, 2 weeks ago I got 30 bass in about 5 hours. Last weekend I got about 20 bass in 5 hours, and then I go to this tournament and it's a friggin' train wreck for a lot of reasons. But it is what it is, guys. So I'll be honest, my worst tournament of the year by far. I caught one 14-inch largemouth, one 14-inch pike. Reasonably, I don't know, like, it's hard for me to even post this, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't go out there and catch 20 or 30 bass every time. I don't go out there and catch 10 pounds even, or 13 pounds, or 15 pounds every time I go out fishing. Sometimes I just get beat down. And, it's good to be humbled sometimes. So I'm going to go up to the cottage. I'm probably going to have the last trip of the year tomorrow. I got a few videos on the shelf here that I've been, haven't had time to edit yet. So figured I would just do this video of Sydneham Lake. So if you haven't been to Sydneham Lake, it's probably worth going, especially for pike. It's probably a decent bass, because let's be honest, whoever won, I checked the results, it was like 18 and change. Someone caught like almost a 6-pound smallmouth. I still cannot believe I didn't catch a smallmouth, like actively fishing for smallmouth, because they're going to be more active than largemouth, obviously. My thought process was, hey, if I can get a largemouth, maybe I'll get like a 5-pound largemouth. Man, where I caught that 14-inch largemouth, I spent a lot of time there thinking they might be grouped up there, or, it was near a really shallow rock and a kind of a marshy point. I found another one. And I just couldn't get another largemouth bite. I had that, the 14-inch pike, and my drop shot lure went missing once, and I lost one at the boat as I was just kind of like reeling in, and then I went to go use the Ultrex foot pedal or something and stopped, and something about took the rod out of my hand. But that was about it. Very tough day. So anyways, guys, that's the reality. Sometimes you just suck at tournament fishing, but you know what, we'll hit up the cabin tomorrow, and hopefully we go back again and learn some more. So thank you guys for watching, and take care. Hey guys, it's Mark from North of 7 Outdoors. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're on Sydneham Lake, which, as you can tell by my coat, is probably the last tournament of the year. Water temperature is almost at 55, 54 and change. It's Thanksgiving weekend for Canadians. It's pretty windy, pretty freaking cold. It's like 30 degrees. Fahrenheit, I don't know. I just hopped in this tournament because I wasn't really ready. Had a slew of mechanical problems so far, so hopefully that's over with. And, hopefully we can get something. Hopefully we get the bag that we've been looking for this year. It's pretty windy. We're either going to start off with a spinnerbait or a spy bait. Oh Lord, it's a pike. All right, there we go. It was like my first fish. Oh my god. Whew. All right, well, at least I caught something today. That was crazy on the old what is this is an X-Zone Ned rig. Alrighty, That's our first bass on the wacky worm. We did it. Oof. I don't want to get smashed in these freaking rocks. And I was filming. Damn, fish number 1 pounder, probably 13, 14 incher. As of right now, he's going in the live well.